All right, let's dive in. This time we're shrinking down, way down.
Into the world of Gardenfall.
Gardenfall, we've got the core rule book right here. And
In Zine 1.
Scene 1, supplement, gotta have it. So think magical creatures.
Epic battles, but on blades of grass.
Yeah. And gnome engineers.
Building incredible gadgets.
Out of what? Flower petals and stuff?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So we're going to equip you, the listener, with...
all the knowledge you need.
Yeah, all the knowledge you need to jump into this world. Whether you're...
a seasoned gamer.
Yeah, you've played a bunch of games or
just starting out.
Yeah, you're just, getting into it. So the first thing that jumps out at me...
What really grabs you about Gardenfall?
Is that it's turning the familiar... Like
your backyard.
My backyard, yeah, into this
hidden realm of magic.
Yeah, of magic and mystery. It's like
looking at your backyard through a fantastical lens.
Yes. I like that. Makes you wonder like what adventures are happening.
Right outside your back door.
Right outside my back door. So, how do we create a character in this
magical world?
Yeah, in this magical world.
Well, we start with 3 core attributes.
3 core attributes. Okay.
Body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, so those, I'm guessing, determine
your character's strengths.
Strengths, yeah.
And weaknesses.
So, for example?
A character with a high body score might be a powerful warrior.
Yeah, that makes sense.
While a character with a high mind score might excel at magic or strategy.
Oh, okay, so like the brawn versus the brains kind of thing.
We got it.
Awesome. And then there's the Fae bloodline.
Yeah, like choosing your race in other games.
Okay, so this is like, are you a gnome?
Gnomes, fairies, sprites.
And even
Yardborn.
Yardborn. What are Yardborn?
Beings connected to the earth.
Okay, that makes sense. They're like of the yard.
Yeah, born of the yard.
Cool, I like it. So each bloodline, I assume,
comes with unique bonuses and attributes.
Like what? Give me an example.
So gnomes get bonuses to crafting and tinkering.
Makes sense.
Reflecting their knack for building intricate gadgets.
They're the tinkerers, yeah.
Exactly.
What about fairies?
Fairies might have bonuses to stealth and deception.
Oh, sneaky.
Playing into their mischievous and elusive nature.
I see, I see. So you've got your attributes, you got your bloodline.
What's next?
Do you choose like a warrior or a mage, a class?
You got it. Gardenfall offers some truly unique character classes.
Like what?
You could be an emboldened commander, leading the charge with nature's fury.
Okay, I like that. Leading the charge.
Or a silent stalker?
Silent stalker, okay.
Turning the garden into your own personal hunting ground.
Ooh, through stealth and strategy.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a good one for the folks who love...
A bit of cunning and strategy.
Yeah. So it's not all about brute force in this game.
Not at all.
Okay, good.
And there are classes for those who prefer a more...
intellectual approach.
Exactly, like the Green Mind Engineer.
The Green Mind Engineer, okay.
Who can build incredible contraptions using materials found in the garden.
So like what? A weaponized dandelion?
Imagine crafting a weaponized dandelion.
Or a sunflower that shoots fire seeds.
A sunflower that shoots fire seeds. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, that's creative combat.
Right.
So does Gardenfall have an alignment system? Like good versus evil?
It does.
But it's not so simple.
Not just good versus evil.
Okay, what is it then?
It focuses on philosophies.
Oh,
like verdant, wild, tended, or primal.
So these are like,
These philosophies really influence your character's abilities.
So it's not just like a label, it actually affects how you play.
Exactly.
Okay, so how does that work? Give me an example.
Okay, so a wild character who tries to suppress their instincts might find their stealth abilities weakened.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have to really commit to your chosen path, huh?
You have to commit to your chosen path.
Wow, okay.
And that commitment shapes your character's growth.
Yeah.
And development.
Makes sense. So is there anything else that helps shape your character?
You can choose a heritage option.
Heritage, okay.
Like Lost Explorer or Shadow Walker.
So that's like your background.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got this amazing character. We're standing in this magical garden.
What's next?
How do we actually play the game? What are the mechanics like?
Gardenfall uses a dice pool system.
Dice pool. Okay, so for those of us who
aren't familiar with dice pool systems,
haven't encountered that before.
It's a simple way to determine success or failure.
Okay, so walk me through it.
You roll a handful of 10-sided dice.
Okay.
And the number of dice that meet or exceed a target number
determines your success.
Exactly.
So the higher the challenge, the more successes you need.
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense. What about combat?
Combat in Gardenfall is refreshingly straightforward.
Refreshingly straightforward. Okay, I like that. So none of that.
Super complicated, tons of rule stuff.
No charts and tables and all that.
Nope. You roll your attack dice.
Okay.
Your opponent rolls their defense dice.
I see.
The player with the most successes
wins the exchange?
Wins.
Okay, simple enough. What happens if it's a tie?
Oh, there's a fun twist.
Yeah.
Ties actually go to the player.
To the player.
To the player.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like the game is designed to be
accessible.
Accessible. Yeah, and fun.
And fun.
Without getting bogged down in,
overly complicated rules.
Yeah, exactly. But you mentioned earlier a pedal fall mechanic. What is that?
Oh, yeah. This is where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
When your character reaches 0 health,
they don't just die.
They don't just die.
Okay, what happened?
They enter the pedal fall state.
Pedal fall state. Okay. What did that mean?
Imagine this. Your character transforms into their garden statue form.
What? A garden statue.
And their spirit is whisked away.
Okay.
To the mystical pedal realm.
The pedal realm. So it's like a spirit world.
Essentially a spirit world existing alongside the regular garden.
Whoa. That's cool. So even when your body's down, the adventure continues.
Yes.
But in this spirit realm, so what does the player do in the pedal realm?
The player whose character has entered the pedal fall state now embarks on a quest.
A quest in the spirit realm.
They might be tasked with retrieving lost pedals.
Okay.
Resolving conflicts between different Fae factions.
Oh, interesting.
Or helping trapped spirits find peace.
So there's a variety of things they could be doing.
There's a whole new world to explore.
Wow. While this is happening, are the other players just waiting around?
Not at all. This is where it gets strategic.
Oh, I like that.
The other players must protect.
Protect what?
Their fallen comrades' garden statue form.
Oh.
If the statue is destroyed, their spirit is lost forever.
Forever. Whoa. Okay, so there are stakes here.
Big stakes.
Yeah, that adds a whole other layer to the combat.
A whole new dynamic.
Yeah, so what happens if the player succeeds in the Pedal Realm quest?
If they succeed, their spirit returns to their garden statue. They're revived.
They come back to life, essentially.
Yes.
And they can rejoin the fight.
And they rejoin the fight.
Okay, cool.
And there's a bonus.
Oh, what's the bonus?
They gain something called Pedal Essence.
Pedal Essence, okay.
Which they can use to unlock special abilities.
Cool.
Or enhance their equipment.
So even defeat can make you stronger.
It's a reward for overcoming a near-death experience.
I see. It's like you learn something in the spirit realm.
Exactly.
Cool. So we've talked a lot about the mechanics, character creation.
What about the world itself?
Yeah, what about the world of Gardenfall? What's it like?
Picture this. You're in your typical backyard.
Okay.
But magnified 100 times over.
Whoa. Okay.
So blades of grass become towering forests.
Okay, I'm seeing it.
Flower beds transform into vibrant kingdoms.
That's awesome.
And a trickling garden hose.
Yeah, the one I use to water my plants.
That turns into a raging river.
Wow. So it's like exploring a whole new world.
Right in our own backyards.
Yeah, I can picture myself climbing a giant rose bush.
Or navigating a treacherous hedge maze.
Oh, yeah. With like thorns and stuff.
Exactly. The core rule book paints a vivid picture of these environments.
Give me some examples. Like what kind of places are we talking about?
Okay, so there's the Emerald Expanse.
Emerald Expanse, okay.
Which is like this vast rolling lawn.
Okay, so like an open field kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, cool.
And then you've got the Whispering Hedge.
Whispering Hedge. Okay, that sounds mysterious.
Tangled Labyrinth.
Oh, I bet there's secrets in there.
Full of secrets. And then there's the Blossom Realm.
Blossom Realm, okay.
Ruled by the fairies.
Ooh, fairies. I like it. So it's not just the environment that's
alive with magic and wonder.
Right. There's got to be some folks living there, right?
Oh, yeah. Gardenfall is teeming.
Teeming. Wow.
With diverse factions and organizations.
Okay, like who? Are we talking warring factions?
It depends.
Or peaceful communities?
There's a bit of everything.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, you've got the Harmony Guild.
Harmony Guild, so I'm guessing.
They're all about maintaining balance and cooperation.
Yeah, makes sense. Peace-loving folks.
Exactly.
What else?
Then there's a Tarakai Brotherhood.
Tarakai Brotherhood, okay. What are they all about?
They have a deep connection to the natural world.
Okay.
And they're fierce protectors of its resources.
So they're like the environmentalists?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Anyone else?
And let's not forget the Shadowleaf Circle.
Shadowleaf Circle, okay.
These are the hedge witches.
Ooh, witches. That sounds interesting.
They practice a more arcane form of magic.
Arcane, so like a little more mysterious, a little more...
Darker, maybe.
Yeah, a little darker. I like it. So what are their motives?
That's something you'd have to discover.
Oh, okay.
As you explore the world.
So it's not all spelled out for you?
Not at all. The core rule book leaves a lot of room.
For interpretation?
For interpretation and role-playing.
So you can decide whether they're good or bad? Or somewhere in between?
Yeah, that's cool. It really lets you make the world your own.
Exactly.
So speaking of expanding the world, we got Zine 1 here.
Oh, yeah.
Which hints at even more possibilities.
Zine 1 is like a treasure trove.
Of what?
Of ideas for expanding the game.
Okay, like what?
New character classes.
Yeah.
Intriguing new locations.
Ooh, locations.
And even additional enemies and magical items.
All right, so let's start with the new classes. What kind of classes are we talking about?
Well, one that stands out is the Wild Caller.
The Wild Caller, okay. What do they do?
They can summon animal companions.
Whoa, animal companions. Like what?
Imagine having a loyal squirrel warrior.
A squirrel warrior.
Fighting by your side.
Okay, I'm listening.
Or riding into battle.
On what? A giant bumblebee.
How about a giant ladybug?
A giant ladybug, even better. So you're like cruising around.
Exactly.
That's awesome. What about the locations? What kind of places are we talking about?
Well, the most intriguing one is the Lost Grove.
The Lost Grove, okay.
It's described as this once thriving area that's fallen into decay.
Oh, no. So, like, the plants are withering.
Plants wither, creatures become corrupted.
That's creepy.
And there's a sense of mystery.
A mystery. I love a good mystery. So do you think, like, the players would have to...
Restore the Lost Grove?
Restore it to its former glory.
Maybe. Or uncover the secrets behind its decline.
Or both.
It could be both. The source material doesn't prescribe.
It leaves it up to you.
It leaves it up to the players and the game master.
So there's freedom there.
Lots of freedom.
I like that. So this Lost Grove sounds...
a gold mine of adventure potential.
Yeah. And Zine 1 also suggests some magical items, right?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of magical items are we talking about?
Well, one that really stood out to me was the glimmering acorn.
The glimmering acorn, okay.
This acorn allows you to communicate with nature spirits.
What? You can talk to trees.
Well, not just trees.
What else?
Nature spirits.
That's cool.
Think like wise old mushrooms.
Oh, that's cool. So you could get information from them.
Information, guidance, even warnings.
I wonder what kind of secrets they know.
Oh, they've seen it all.
That's awesome. So if we're talking about challenges, what kind of new enemies are there?
Oh, there are some formidable foes.
Like what?
Well, there's the thorn wraiths.
Thorn wraiths? Okay, those sound scary.
They're ghostly, thorny creatures.
Okay.
And they can control plant life.
So they're like plant zombies?
Kind of. But even creepier.
Okay. Anyone else?
Then you've got the blight beasts.
Blight beasts? What are those?
These are corrupted creatures.
Corrupted. Okay.
Infused with the power of decay.
So they're like spreading the blight.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a tough challenge. So it sounds like Zine 1 really expands
the scope of Garden Fall.
Yeah.
It takes it to the next level.
I like that.
And it doesn't just add new things for the sake of it.
It fits in with the existing stuff.
It carefully integrates those additions into the existing lore and mechanics.
Wow. So it feels like a natural extension of the world.
Exactly. It's not just something tacked on.
Yeah. I hate when they do that in games.
Me too.
So it sounds like the
Get a deep understanding
of what makes Garden Falls special.
Yeah, and they're passionate about sharing this world.
You know, we've talked about a lot.
Character creation, mechanics, factions, even Zine 1.
But let's step back for a second.
Okay.
What do you think are the core themes
of Garden Fall?
Yeah. What's the game trying to say? It's not just about slapping things together, right? There's got to be some thought put into it.
It's about understanding the materials and the magic of the garden.
So, like, a green mind engineer might use, what, flower petals?
Flower petals, vines, maybe some sap.
To build some kind of contraption?
Exactly.
And a shadow leaf circle member, they might...
Blue potions?
Oh, yeah.
Using herbs and mushrooms.
So you got to know your stuff.
You got to be resourceful.
Yeah.
And creative.
That's cool. So there are rules for all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tinkering, herbalism.
Okay.
Blacksmithing. Even enchanting.
What, enchanting? Like you can enchant items.
You can enchant items with the help of nature spirits.
I'm picturing like a player negotiating with a grumpy gnome.
Oh, I love it.
To imbue their sword with the power of fireflies.
That's the beauty of Garden Fall.
It's just so whimsical.
It encourages that kind of play.
Yeah.
It's not just about following a recipe.
It's about working with the garden.
Collaborating with the creatures and the elements.
Yeah, to make something truly unique.
Exactly.
You know, we talked earlier about players potentially building like a utopian community.
A utopia in the garden.
Yeah. Is that like a common goal?
It's not explicitly laid out as a goal.
Okay.
But the game provides the tools.
The tools are there.
To explore that kind of ambition.
So imagine players working together. They're building a community.
Where different Fae bloodlines live in harmony.
Oh, that's nice.
Using their skills to cultivate the land, build shelters.
And protect their home. It's like a city building game inside a role-playing game.
It's like a whole other layer of gameplay.
Would they have to like negotiate with other factions?
That's where the choices come in.
Okay.
They might try to integrate into the existing power structure.
Yeah, or forge alliances.
Or maybe they carve out their own independent space.
There's so many possibilities. You know, it's interesting, this whole idea of building a community.
Yeah.
It ties back to what we were talking about earlier.
The interconnectedness.
Yeah, the interconnectedness of everything in the garden.
The petal fall mechanic really highlights that.
Yeah, that journey to the spirit realm.
It's a reminder that everything is connected.
And that our actions have consequences.
Exactly. It's not just about you.
It's about the whole ecosystem.
The whole garden.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We've explored the world of Gardenfall.
But it feels like we've only scratched the surface.
There's so much more to discover.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth to this game.
Detailed descriptions of the environments, rules for social interactions.
Diplomacy, even gardening.
It's all there in the source material.
So if you're someone who loves imaginative worlds, creating characters,
and getting lost in a story,
Gardenfall might be for you.
It encourages creativity, collaboration,
And a sense of wonder.
It reminds us that even in our own backyards,
There's magic to be found.
if we just look closely enough.
So think about it. If you stepped into the world of Gardenfall,
What kind of character would you create?
what story would you tell? Would you be a brave warrior, a cunning rogue, a brilliant engineer?
Or maybe a leader who brings everyone together?
The garden awaits.
And your adventure starts now.